Well, now, you know, we thought we'd seen the full extent of the damage around this city of Sendai. We hadn't. Tsunami warnings prevented access to the coastal road below me here. Today, we made it in behind the rescue crews to the suburban wastelands of destruction, and critically to what once was Sendai's principal connection to the outside world. Just to warn you, there are some distressing images in my report. Welcome to the parking lot of Sendai's spanking new international airport. Welcome to the searing evidence of what happens when Mother Nature meets state-of-the-art 21st century infrastructure. The hydraulic passenger piers that funnel travellers from the air-conditioned terminal into air-conditioned planes are now host to the bodies of trees harvested by the tsunami from the pine-fringed beaches of northern Japan. The improbable clearance of the apron and runway signal the desperate possibility that they may have to use what's left of this airport to evacuate tens of thousands of people in the event of nuclear meltdown north and south of here. A cottage has landed at international arrivals, from where no one knows. The architecturally sculptured drop-off section has become an eerie trap for the tsunami's wave power to deposit cars and trees. Cars with red bags packed in the boot. And not a looter in sight. This is Japan. Domestic Arrivals is for now the recipient of several former occupants of the parking lot. The sculptor's mole has escaped unscathed beyond a sprig of spruce in her hand and some tide marks. On the freeway beyond the airport, rescue vehicles continue to pour into the area, the biggest mobilization of Japanese forces since the Second World War, and fire crews from as far afield as Kobe, Japan's most recent earthquake veterans. Most have driven non-stop for a day and a half. Kobe's men fast deployed in the paddy fields. The chief explains the grid system by which they are searching. And how far has their team come today?
1,200 kilometers.
1,200 kilometers? All the dead in this small search patch today have been retrieved from cars, 6 so far. It is the intimacy of loss that is so evident. A lunchbox still sits on the passenger seat. The young mechanic from a small garage here makes his way back to his workshop. He lost everything. He tells me he no longer recognizes any of the landscape around him. Do you know anybody here who has died or who is missing?
A lot.
A lot. I mean dozens?
10人とかそれよりもっと100人。That's way more than the dozens.
Really? Next, a family-owned sawmill, now a jumble of timber, in which the sophisticated machinery can still be seen inside. There's a tricycle in the mud. Next door, the home this couple have lived in since childhood. They've come back to recover a few personal items. Stoic, uncomplaining. Loo paper and a precious mud-stricken baby rug made by her for her latest grandchild. Will they ever live here again? They tell me they just can't even talk about it. With the waters receding, the shape of the paddy fields and their improbable harvest of waste is more clearly etched. Boats, still more cars, and the carcasses of entire homes washed in from a mile or more away. On the coastal road, the tall concrete school has stood its ground. The school clock stuck at 2:46, the moment the quake struck. Below, the army stands guard over 4 bodies under blankets. Another family thrown to their deaths in another car. So many now that they're bundled unceremoniously into the back of an army truck. The setting sun casts an awful light on a landscape reduced to lunar qualities. Jagged, unkempt, resonant of Indonesia after that tsunami, resonant too of Katrina and flood-smashed New Orleans. Mile after mile of suburban wasteland. And within it, in the dying embers of today, a squad of police sign off, their grim work for now done. one black plastic sheet wound around one dead body, one unknown victim, someone's loved one, left lying on an old door to be called for.